What's up guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to build a propagation station. And what this thing is and what it's used for is you can take cuttings from plants you currently have and then you can stick those cuttings in this propagation station and then grow another plant from that cutting. The reason I built this is because I've only been using shot glasses so far and those are kind of trashy and they look dumb. So this is a much cleaner and much more decorative solution. So, if you want to build one of these yourself, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a piece of lumber that's 1 inch tall, 2 inches wide, and then it can be whatever length you'd like depending on how many tubes that you would like it to feature. In my case, mine's 17.5 inches. The next thing you're going to need is copper wire. Make sure it's thick enough so that way you can support the test tubes vertically without them falling over and bending. Mine is about 1/8 inch thick. I'm not sure what gauge it is. But the next thing you'll need is test tubes, and the amount you need is the amount you want to be able to propagate with. In my case, I chose 5. So next you're going to want to figure out the spacing of your test tubes. It's important to give them some space because your cuttings are going to be wider than the test tubes themselves. So if you have a lot of cuttings that stretch out, you might not have enough room to set them all in there nicely. In my case, they're about 3.5 inches apart on center. For this part, you're going to need a 1-inch drill bit. Now, because my board is only 1 inch thick, I only drilled down 3/4 of an inch. This gives us plenty of space for the test tubes to sit in without falling over too easily. Next, I started taking the wire and forming the actual things that will hold up the test tubes, or at least help keep them more vertical. Now, you're going to want to find an object that's round that is very similar to your test tube size because this is going to allow you to get nice bends. This part was actually very difficult to get perfect circles. And as you can see in the video footage, they're not that great. If you spend a lot of time on it, you might be able to get them better, but I'm still working on a way to do it nicely. The loop at the end of my wires are just small enough where the top lip of the test tubes can't fall through, so it could support the test tube all on its own. Again, they don't have to be perfect because no one's going to look that closely at it. I determined that the wires sit about 1/8 of an inch away from the test tubes, and that each prong is about 1/8 of an inch away from each other. So then I marked the holes accordingly. I use a drill bit that's 9/64 of an inch to drill the holes. The wires sit in a little loose, but I think it's fine because gravity is what's going to keep them in anyways. If you want, you could apply glue to make it a more permanent solution, but I'm not quite sure I wanted to do that. The next thing I do is check the depth of both holes. I notice that they're exactly the same, so then I can negate the test tube inset with the wire inset, and now I just have to choose at what height I would like the actual ring to sit around the test tube. Once I determine that height, I cut the ends or extra wire off. Once you have everything cut to size, now it's time to actually assemble it. Again, I stated earlier that you could dry fit it or use glue. In my case, I'm just going to dry fit it because I think they fit snug enough. But if you want a more permanent solution, again, you can apply glue to the wire holes. Do not put glue in the test tube holes because it's going to make it very difficult to empty anything out of them or clean them. You want the test tubes to be able to slide in and out of the holes freely. Now you can add water to the test tubes. I'm going to use bottled water just because I know it doesn't have any weird chemicals or chlorine like tap water does. When you propagate things, you usually just want regular plain old water because anything else might affect how the roots grow or prevent roots from growing. Now that you got the water and it's pretty much ready to go, all you have to do is add your cuttings and wait. Now, there's a big reason I chose test tubes over many other type of glass containers. When you're propagating plants, you want them to sit at a certain level, and with the shot glasses, sometimes my smaller cuttings would fall in because their leaves were not large enough to reach over the rim, or they would sit weird. But with these nice slender test tubes, it really makes a nice spot for cuttings to sit in, and it prevents them from flopping from side to side. Well guys, that pretty much sums up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope that you guys build it. This thing is a really nice way to propagate plants, and it also looks nice in my opinion. I think you could easily put this on a desk or a windowsill or somewhere in your kitchen for other people or guests to enjoy. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking and commenting. Stay tuned for next time.